I've already used this calculator a lot. I've changed a bunch of settings on it, and I've also stored a lot of values in it. But I want to have it like new, just like it came from the factory. How can I do that? Well, it's very simple. We just have to reset it. If you also want to learn how to reset your scientific calculator, pay close attention. In this case, I'm going to show you how to reset this model, which is the FX991CW from Casio. But I want you to know that for other calculator models, it's very similar. So come on, let's get started. I'm going to be explaining directly here on the emulator, but I want you to know that whatever I do here on the emulator is exactly what you would have to do directly on this physical calculator. It's just that, for teaching purposes, and so you can understand and see it clearly, I'm going to explain it directly here. All right, let's get started. I'm going to store some values first so you can see that when I reset the calculator, those memories will be deleted. So, here we go. I'm going to press here where it says variable, and we're going to assign some numbers to some letters. For example, I'm going to assign a 6 to A. I press execute, and that's it. Now we have A equals 6. Let's see. Now we're going to assign, for example, a 7 to X. So I put in the 7 and press execute. I want you to see that when I exit here with the arrow, then go back in. Notice that A is still 6 and X is still 7. In other words, it's already saved in memory so that I could do some operations. For example, if I enter 5 times whatever A is, I press Shift here and then press 4 so that A appears. If I do 5 times A, since we said A equals 6, it should be 5 times 6, which is 30, right? I press execute, and I want you to see that indeed, it's telling me that 5 times A equals 30. As you can see then, I insist on this. We've already stored the value of A as 6 in the memory. Now, how could I erase that value? Well, to start, I could go back and simply delete it manually, but I want to erase everything. I mean, to reset my calculator. But I'm not just talking about turning it off. I mean, actually erasing everything. So look, you're about to see how I'm going to do it. I'm going to go back a little bit more because I want to change a few other things. Because, for example, here by default it's in degrees. Remember that when it has a D, it means it's in degrees. But maybe I had already changed it to radians. So let me change it to radians so you can see how it's done. I click here where it says Settings, then I'm going to click here where it says Calculator Settings, and then I'm going to click here where it says Angle Unit. Now I'm going to select the one that says Radians. We're just going to erase, and I want you to see that the R is activated, and that way I could change a lot of things on the calculator. So imagine that we already have data in memory, and that we've also already calculated. Sorry. We've already used many different functions, and we've already changed a lot of settings, so we want to have it like new. How can I do that? Now, here comes the good part. We're going to learn how to reset it. Look, it's very simple. We're just going to click here on the button that says Settings. That's it. I want you to notice that here we already have the R, and the D should have been there originally, right? All right. Let's keep going. We're going to click here where it says Settings, and now we're going to scroll down to the one that says Reset. Simple, right? We click OK, and here it's giving you some options, for example, just settings and data. Over here, it's giving you the option for just variable memory, or to simply initialize all. I'm going to click here on Initialize All, so we click OK, and again on OK, and that's it. It's that simple. Look, I'm going to click OK again, so we can enter the normal part of the calculator where we do calculations. And I want you to notice that the D is showing up again, which means we're back in degrees. Also, I want you to notice that if I click here where it says Variable, we see again that A is 0 and X is 0. Those are the default values. But remember that I had already set different ones. And as you can see, they've been removed. So that's it. That's how easy it is to reset our Casio scientific calculator. If you want to keep watching more tutorials on how to use this scientific calculator, please let me know here in the comments. Can you tell me exactly what you want to learn, and I'll gladly make a video for you. See you next time. Take care and be good. Bye.